Hello, this is Eduardo from Bricksmaven, and in this video we're going to look at a feature section with a sticky intro section. So what you're seeing in front of you is what we'll be building. So basically once you scroll, as you can see, the intro section scrolls at the back all the way to the bottom. Well, it's not going to go all the way to the bottom because of the screen. We cannot scroll any further. But if you had any content below and much more content below, the intro section will scroll all the way to the bottom. And once you go up, it scrolls all the way back. And the different features are placed in an auto-staggering manner. So one on the right, left, and all in different positions. We're using CSS grid for this and using grid areas just placing this on the grid that we created all the way to the bottom. And I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 places to place your content. Let's check how this looks responsively. Well, once we go to lower breakpoints, this is what you will see. Let's make the screen smaller. So if you notice, it becomes very small, and at this width, I decided to break it off because this would be way too small. So it then goes full width and all the way down. So this is what we're going to be building. And yeah, let's jump right in. Let's start. So we're starting with a blank canvas. And every time as we start with our section, our containers. I'll just call this feature sticky. Have a container. I'll import intro section. I think we have used here the centered one. So just import this. Here we go again with the accent. Okay, so we have the BM accent here. Nope, just leave it the way it is. So I'm going to just place this here. I'm going to wrap this in a block. I'll call this intro wrapper. Reason being is because I want to use this as to apply the position sticky onto. So let me just start adding my classes here. I'm just going to do it a little bit different than I usually do. Feature sticky container. Typo there. And then also add it to the intro wrapper. Okay, so we have the first part of it. So we're now going to build the second part. So I just add a block. So we have our call this feature grid. Oops. Like I always say, you can skip this part if you're not interested in how I'm laying down the structure, which is it is important to watch the way I'm laying down the structure, because obviously to help you understand how things are built later. But some people don't like this. This is kind of like repetitive and tedious, so you can skip this part. So what we need in the card, we need a content section, and we actually need an image, because the image will go to the background. So this will be content, and in the content we need a heading and a text or subheading. Text for now. Okay, so let me just grab an image real quick. A trusty placeholder image. I'm going to just put that in. Set the HTML to figure and the object fit to cover. No, we need to set this on the CSS. So now I'm just going to, let me just copy this real quick. And then go to feature grid. Oh, by the way, this needs to be set to UL and this needs to be set to list. And let me just add the class. This will be feature sticky grid. Copy that. This will be feature card. And from here on, this will all be BEM. So I could go in here and say, where is it? Feature card, feature sticky card. No, it's feature sticky card. Feature sticky content, apply classes. Okay, good. So all are done. Now I can add the cover here. Let me select the class. Add the cover. Okay, this is the whole setup. Wait, let me just give this a name. Sticky feature section. Let's give it a random name. Here goes your text. Let me just remove this part. This can act as a dummy text. Tag this as a paragraph. This is a heading. Let's start styling. Okay. Let's start with the feature grid. Feature grid can be a grid, obviously, and we're going to add a grid gap contextual spacing variable. The grid template columns can be 12. And as for the height, we're not going to give it a height. We're just going to add these. You'll see later what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give it a specific row. Just going to leave it open. So let's start with the feature card. We have to remove the list style. Oh, the list. Let's add this. It's utility class, the list none, so that it removes that 40 pixel padding. Oh, I think I added it on the wrong. I added it on the card. My bad. It's supposed to go on the grid. List none. There we go. Okay, let's style the card. Set the cards to relative because the image has to fill the whole background. The image is going to be set to position absolute. As for the content, we're just going to use the content gap, which I will divide by 2 or by 4. Let's do by 3 because it's way too large. Right, there we go. And the image we will set to position absolute and then set all the sides to 0 so that it fills the whole card. We obviously have to give this a height, but the height will be determined by our grid. So for now, I think I'll give this a height so that I have a little bit control of it. But for now, let's see this, that. The content itself will set to z index of 1 so that it comes on top. Oh, let's go back to the image. Set this to 100%, and the height also 100%. And now we go back to our card. We just give it a space M all around. There we go. I'm going to push down the content element, position it at the bottom, but now we cannot see much, but it will be revealed soon. So let me add a gradient to the image. So we set this to overlay, add color. This we can set to transparent. and then the bottom part will be dark. So we say add color, and this we can set to neutral, something neutral, just dark. Okay, cool. And then the content, I will set this the color to white, so that all the text, etc., will be white, as you can see. Okay, so let's just go to the styling. I'm moving kind of quick with this one. So first of all, we want this to be in the media query. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that these rules only apply from the desktop. I think when it reaches tablet mode, it should remove these rules. So let's just put this down here. Put this, lock this in. We're going to use a min width media query. Set this to 767 pixels. So we're going to target the first. I'm going to use the end child. Target the first card, and then I'm going to say grid column. I want it to start at the end, and since it's 12 columns, I want it to start at 9 or even 8 or something. 8. Whoops. Why did I go full screen? I went full screen. Okay. This is too large. Let's put it at 9. So I'm going to give this card a height. See, I'm going to use the, just give it a height. I'm going to use the width variables of ACSS. So there it is. So it has that height. Actually, I said before I pushed the content section down. So it's basically set up. So now at this point, there's some cool things you can do, right? I mean, I could say on hover, the image should scale, should be larger, or the image could be smaller. We could do some opacity interactions, maybe even let this text slide in, fade in. Oh, we can do all kinds of stuff, but we're just keeping it plain. Just keeping it plain now. As for now, I've laid down the first rule. The first card should be positioned to the left. Now, the second card, I'm just going to copy this. Oh, wait. We need to also determine on which row it sits. This one will sit on the first row. So the next rows that come will be, so the second row will be 2. This is 2, and this will sit on the second row, right? And I want this one to start on the left side, but not at the position 1, but at the position 2, and it ends at 6. But first I need to create the card to see how it will look like. So let me duplicate this. So it's the same, as you can see, it's the same width and height. So let me just do a few more. Duplicate. So with this method, we're truly determining where these cards are going to sit on our grid. So that's what we're basically doing here. So the next one, this is 3. The third one will sit on the, on the third row. Here it is. And then I'll say, okay, this one, I don't want it to go all the way to the left. So I'll set this on 12. And this will be, the first one was 9. So this can be, I think 8. Yeah. So you see it's slowly coming along. So we started one on the left, one on the right, one on the left again. So the next one should be somewhere, maybe all the way to the, just copy this, all the way to the left. So this will be the fourth one. This will be 4. Whoops. And this will start at 1 and end at, let's see, 5. Perfect. And then we're going to move back. Maybe this one can the next one will, the fifth one will start all the way on the left side, and we can do the last one. So this 5, start on row 5, and basically same as the first one. And for the last one, this will be this will be 6, sixth one, and we want it to start like the second one. So this will be basically, I'm just going to copy this. I don't need to type, but I need to change it to 6, and there we have it. So basically this is somewhat done. So if I go to the next one, you see it's smaller. Here, this is how it looks, because I need to change the feature grid. Instead of 12 rows, I need to set it to 1 row, 1 column, so that it all stacks. So now it's all stacked here, and that's basically it. You'd say, oh, it's pretty quick, pretty simple, and yeah, once you, if you understand how this works, then yeah, you can build this out pretty quickly. As you can see, the height of the card is determining the height of the columns, right, for every row. Okay, let us add a spacing here, because we don't have a spacing between the container, between the intro wrapper and the feature grid. So we're just going to use container gap. There we go. So now what I want to do is I need to create and make this sticky, right? This has to be sticky. This has to scroll all the way down. So my intro, I will just select the intro section and set the width, the max width to M, so that it's a little bit smaller. It's much easier to read. And on our intro wrapper, we set our position to sticky, and we give it a top. Always give it a top, or else it won't work. There we go. And now when we scroll down, we get what our sticky intro section is now done. So if I was building a site out, so let me just go here and let me just select the hero section, something cool. Okay, this looks cool. Let's put this on top. So let's say this is a hero, right? Hero, boom. Oh, this can be flipped, by the way. Let me turn this off so it flips back. Whoops. Oh, there we go. I actually like the other one. Or else, look, if I put it like, if I flip it back, this this will like clash, right? So it's better to have like the images as a divider. So we have like an intro section, or this will be the first thing the user will see, then the images, then we have our section with the features, and I need to put something underneath it. Maybe we can use one of my new created blocks, the testimonial blocks. I think testimonial 44, if I'm correct. So just finishing this off, just building a quick page. Okay, where did it land? Okay, that's weird. Or is it coming? Nothing happened. Okay, let's do it again. Ah, there it is. Took quite a delay, but I'm still not seeing it. Okay, wait, let me save and refresh. Has anybody ever experienced something like this before? Okay, still saving. Yeah, the site I'm building on is the last couple of weeks has been slow for some reason. Well, there's almost nothing on this site, so I don't know why it's so slow. Even saving is taking forever, which I don't understand, because I've been saving before and I had no issues with it. There it is, saved, and there everything is coming through. Yeah, anyways, let me just load. seems more broken than, wow. Just trying to show you guys something real quick. I think I will cut this part out because it's taking way too long. Look, the intro section is affecting, wait, let me remove the width here because it's affecting this section too, because also using the intro section, but I don't know if this thing is still loading or what. Come on, there we go. Wow. This is not a Bricks issue. And normally it's quite quick and snappy, but I don't know. Okay, let me just remove this because it's causing the other section to be smaller. I'm gonna see if I can put this on the, where is it? The intro wrapper. Let's just give this a max width of max width. Oh yeah. Then you get that. Then let me see if I can send to self. Cool. Okay, it's there. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't affect this intro. See, so this is good. Okay, as you can see, it scrolls all the way down. I couldn't show this in the first example, but see, it scrolls all the way down. And let's check this out on the front page. Oh yeah, that looks great. So we have our intro, our hero section. We scroll down, come to our feature, and then it just sticks to the top. I'm going to give it a little bit more space so that we can actually see it because the admin bar is in the way. So let me go into, this should be just do something ridiculous like XSL. Okay, let's try that again. Boom. Okay, so it has more space now. As you can see, scrolling through all the sections, so your user can see the different features that your product had or service. This could also, you could also create like an animated video, you know, something that really grabs attention. It can be put here, there, and then the testimonials. And then you could add other stuff, content sections, footers, some social proof, some logos. And there you have it. So there's another way to do this. I'm going to, I can make a follow-up video, might be shorter, where I actually look at these cards again, and then I will use a different calculation here with the nth child to make this more scalable. Because now, look, you have to, if let's say you have more cards, right? You have to, if you have a 7th or 8th or 9th, if you just add them, it will just appear on the top. So let me show you real quick. If I add a new card, let's go to the last one, duplicate. Is it duplicated? Yeah, see, so it adds it here. And now you would need to come back to your CSS. Say you want the 7th one to appear. Okay, so it's left, so this one have to go to the left. So this would be like 12, 8 or something. You know, so you have to do that, and you have to do that every time. So there's a way to do this in a way that it just works. You just place a new card and it automatically goes to the designated spot based on the styling that was given to it. So I think I'll make a follow-up video showing you that, and that might also be the update I'll give to these cards to make it more maintainable and scalable. Obviously, if you're adding more cards to it. Yes. Have a nice day. This was it. Let me know what you think of this video. Like it, share it with others. I try to keep it under 30 minutes. Hope you guys have a nice day and a nice weekend. Bye-bye. See you in the next video. Bye.